What does it take to build a high-performing team and to keep it high-performing on the long run? Hello, sprinters! After many requests, we do the high-performance session now. What does it take to build a high-performing team and to keep it high-performing on the long run? We booked consultants that worked with us in a specific bottleneck situation where we wanted to make our team better. And these consultants from a leading institute in the world, they costed us 25,000 euro per day per consultant, and we had two of them for 1 day once a month working with us. And you can imagine how we spent a lot of money there. And would it recommend it to every team? No. Would we recommend it to every team where the in context of their cash flow and of their surplus liquidity and their profitability is appropriate? Yes, definitely. But you won't need it anymore, because the key things we learned from them, I'm going to share with you right here, right now.
You want to make your sales more repeatable and reliable? Do you want to have less volatility and more growth in your revenue per month? At Strategy Sprints, we do only one thing: strategy in sprints. Strategy means having more revenue through a better offer. In sprints means having more energy in your team every week. Check out if your ROI is as high as it is for most service-based and online businesses and startups we work with, which is over 100%. You can see it in just 15 minutes by going to strategysprints.com/sales and completing our online exercise to know what your ROI would be with our accelerator program. We are ready to sprint. Are you?
So first, what is a team? A team is a small number of people with complementary skills committed to a common purpose, to a common performance goals, and to common approaches to get that goals, for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. That's this is standard definition by Katzenbach, and we would also add they create systems to hold each other accountable. Let's see how this looks like. Now, somebody I really follow and like to read and like to listen to his interviews and visit his masterminds is Peter Diamandis. This is his latest book, a wonderful book written together with Steven Kotler, who is also a wonderful writer, especially. He writes about flow states. Peter Diamandis is somebody who can teach you to ask big questions. And one question that is really important in this context that I like to quote Peter Diamandis for is, what is the area of your business where you should be shooting for 10x growth and not for the 2x improvement that you are mostly, like most teams, going for? So challenge yourself and think of, let's say your goal is to make 1 million in revenue this year. What would it be to go for 10 millions? Think it one category bigger and let some ideas emerge that might be really relevant. Now, second question that I find really relevant by Peter Diamandis is, where are you thinking local and linear, where you should really be thinking global and exponential. So most of us don't know what an exponential curve is. The positive side of the coronavirus, which in these days is having an impact on the whole world, is that it is a math lesson in exponential growth, because that's exactly what's happening. So most of us are learning right now what exponential growth is in form of the virus. Try to apply that curve to your business growth and see if it can inspire a new pattern of thinking, because you will automatically work on form, fit, and function of your systems if you ask this question. Now, there is a standard book that this very expensive consultant used, and it's called Senior Leadership Teams by Heckman Wageman. It is a 2008 work that's still very relevant, and they define 6 conditions for great leadership teams. And these are: should be a real team, not just name itself a real team; the right people, compelling direction and purpose, a solid structure, a supportive context, and team coaching. Let's see what it's inside there when you go into the details. So, real team has clear boundaries. It's clear who is on the team and who's not. Stability, time and opportunity to hone skills and work together. Highly interdependent, draw heavily on colleagues, special knowledge, skill, and experience. Careful planning about the work it will do. And a real team is not a name-only team, where in reality it's a group. Let's see what the differences are. Here, a group meeting is a distraction from real work, and you look for ways to not go there, and you can't wait for it to end. A real team meeting is vital work you want to attend. You go there even if you are very, very tired and low energy. If you can't be there, you trust a team member to represent your concerns, and you feel productive and energized during the meeting. Let's go back to the name-only meeting. In between the meetings, your peers feel irrelevant. You avoid your peers, or you collude with them, which is too much of an intimacy, a dysfunctional intimacy, because we are talking organizations and functional roles here. Sorry for the light. And you rely on the leader to integrate, which is also a low functioning team, which if it always needs the leader to take decision and to integrate, because in a real team, you integrate yourself, you take decisions in your hand, and you take ownership in your hand, like we say in our programs. So in a team which is low in functionality and in maturity, the leader is everything. But in a strong team, the leader is not even needed. The processes and the team are very self-adapting. So between real team meetings, you solve problems jointly, you manage team accountabilities with peers, and you integrate yourself. You don't rely on the leader to integrate you with other functions in the value chain.
We all know that working in sprints is better, but how do we know what we should work on? You're in luck, because we have a 15-minute exercise that will give you complete clarity on where to take your project next. Go to strategysprints.com/sales to complete our short exercise and meet one-on-one with an expert sprint coach to identify your number one bottleneck. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Strategy Show. Make sure to like this video below and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with every episode of the Strategy Show. Get daily CEO tips from CEOs for CEOs.